When you say this, I know how you feel. We most likely are trying to convey sympathy and understanding. However, the people who are depressed, it may feel disrespectful or offensive. Unless you've ever been diagnosed with clinical depression by a licensed professional, you don't actually know how the other person feels or what they're going through. Don't offer them advice that trivializes their struggles. Depression can't be cured with exercise or sleep or a cup of chamomile tea or some new friends or drinking a lot of water or your hobbies. It takes a lot of dedication, hard work, resilience, and inner strength. You want to be there for them, offer them a hug or a shoulder to cry on. Help them see that there is hope and that things can and will get better. Let them know that you care about them and that they're not alone in this fight. You might not completely understand or know what to say, but it'll mean a lot to them if you show them care and you're there for them. Sitting there saying, I know how you feel, you probably don't know how they feel. So you don't have to say that. Less is more. The less you say, the better off. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with just going to get some food and some lunch because you know they depressed and just coming over and eating with them. They coming over and saying, hey, man, I'm about to go to the park. You want to go out to the park real quick? Just a little 10 minutes, man, 15 minutes. Just want to support them and let them know that you're there for them and that you care about how they feel.
Question two.
All right.
So the person who's saying all of this to the depressed person, you think it might be because of the lack of information from that person who's saying all this to the depressed person because they don't really know what they're going through.
Say that again. Say it again.
The person who's saying all of this,
Right.
you think it's because of lack of information from him because he doesn't know what the other person is going through?
No. See, you're trying to put it on a depressed person. So the person who is being toxic, well, maybe the person who's depressed ain't giving me enough information. They don't have to. They don't have to explain nothing to you. You're not a doctor. And even if they could explain it to you, what the hell you gonna do with it? But fumble the ball and fumble their emotions because you don't know what the hell you are doing. You can't help yourself. How you gonna help somebody else? You gotta help you first. It gotta work on you first. Man, I can't come in here and do a training on self-esteem and my self-esteem low. Let me say that again. Some of y'all look silly. I can't come in here and do these talks if it ain't working in my life first. So part of you believing what I'm saying, part of you buying into what I'm saying, what Will is saying, is your observations of Will throughout the day and how Will carry himself and how Will acts and how consistent Will is. Everybody watching everybody. Getting up here and talking about self-esteem is more than talking about this and that and conflict resolution and anger management. It's more than pointing out definitions and then reading stuff off the board. It's about how you apply it in your own life too. So it ain't about putting it back on the person. Well, you ain't told me enough. Man, just listen to the person and let them know you care about them. A lot of that you don't need to verbalize or say. It's about doing. I can just come and just hang out with you. I ain't gotta say nothing to show you that I care. And I don't expect you to be done with your depression before I leave, but it may help. And that's all I need to do is try to help you. I ain't got to fix you, because I can't be all things to everybody.
That's true, because sometimes I know I got depression. Sometimes when I get depressed, I ain't telling nobody nothing.
Right.
I'm not saying nothing to nobody.
Because you know they can't fix it anyway.
You know what I mean? So
what they gonna do if you did tell them? Nothing.
They gonna make me mad.
Right. Come say it again, man. They just gonna pee you off because you got a pain. Come on, man. If you got a cough, if you got a cough, and you trying to clear your throat, and your chest is inflamed, you don't want an aspirin. You want some cough syrup. So you got to get what's worked. So look, man, if somebody is depressed, you don't have the pill. You don't have what they need to fix their pain. You don't have it.
That's just like we were talking about yesterday. Sometimes that person put a mask on, you don't even want to know that.
You won't even know it.
So
you won't even know.
How you going to say, oh, how do you feel? And they got this happy face on.
It's a thing called smiling depression. Some of y'all, first time you ever heard about it was yesterday. Send them to the person. Look, if you really, really care about the person, you will call around and find out how you can get them some help. You worse than the people in the penitentiary trying to be a jailhouse lawyer. How you, a lawyer, and you locked up in here with me? You ain't that good. You can't be that good. You see what I'm saying? You in here with us. You'd be a fool to be listening to him. He's locked up with you. You'd be foolish to be homeless with a dude on a cot right next to you trying to tell you how to get your life together and telling you what you need to be doing. You feel me? Right. Because the position that you find yourself in today does not define you as a person. It just says you're going through something. But guess what? People go through stuff all the time. But the thing about you and some other people is you're trying to fix it, while some other people land in it. Because we went out trying to outreach the homeless people and call the dude laying in the grass. Come on, man. Cold. Man, it was a cold day. When it was like, what was that? Like January. Like in January, cold and wet. Out there at the park. I didn't even know it was a body under there. It was just a tarp. And we were just talking like, man, wouldn't it be silly if a person was up under there? We were like, yeah, that'd be silly. So I walked over there and like, hey, and the dude just popped up like a jack in the box. Like, hey, what's going on? I swear to you, man, I'm not exactly. I jumped back like, whoa.
We got proof, right?
Yeah.
Me and Tim.
Those are my witnesses. Sitting in the grass with a tarp around him. Man, I ain't ready to get in yet. So you deserve some credit. Deserve some credit, man, because you're here and you're working on your life. And you can still be sitting around with your finger in your mouth, crying and complaining and putting it on everybody, but you're not. You're taking the responsibility to change your own life. It's some people who've been in here for months now. I've seen the growth. Some of y'all ain't seen it. And some of the people who are growing don't even see it. Because some of y'all think you've been like this forever. No, you was real bad when you came up in here. Tim was bad, man. He was probably the worst out of everything. I ain't seen nobody come in here worse than Tim yet. I'm just being for real, man. I'm just being for real, bro. I'm keeping it 100. And he's standing right here, so I ain't fronting on him. He didn't like nobody. And didn't want to hear nothing positive. And didn't want to hear nothing about forgiveness. Am I right, Tim?
Yeah. Still struggling with it.
Still kind of struggling with it, but he ain't as bad as he was. He ain't bad as he was. Because we be sitting here talking about forgiveness and forgiving your past and forgiving the people in your past. And he be like, F them, I wish they all die. That's what I'm talking about. Like, hey, bro, come on. You don't want to think, nah, man, I swear to God, I don't care if they die, man. They can go to hell. That's what it was. Am I right, Tim? That's growth. That's growth. You can still have that mentality, and guess what? That mentality ain't gonna do nothing but hurt the person. It ain't gonna hurt the people you mad at. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hold you back in life. It's gonna kill your opportunities. It's gonna turn people off who look at you and want to help you. Nah, man. Somebody pull up and they want to help somebody and they want to church kind of people and they pull up and on the side of the road, they see you and you all homeless. Like, how you doing, sir? Here goes some stuff and we got some programs. We want to help you. We coming out of coalition trying to help the homeless. And I don't give nobody. Y'all, oh, let's get away from the devil. That's the devil, y'all. Let's go. You just gonna hurt you with that type of attitude, bro. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna miss opportunities. You're going to turn people off. You get more out of life being positive than you ever will being negative. Can we end on that?
Yeah.
All right, my man. What's up?